Fine.
Guys, I remember this time last year, I was shaking. I was like this. Are you guys okay? Yeah? Yeah, excited? I mean, we've heard it all, haven't we? We've had Sonny Barkey come here this morning to tell us and to show us how amazing this award is and how it has transformed our lives. We've heard from our incredible VTA ambassadors there. But it's just an absolute privilege and a pleasure to meet the new members of our family. And I don't want to say anything else because what our colleague said, that's what you're going to get away from this particular few days. Whatever you put in, you take away. Wow. I've had a bit of an interesting year. Last week, when I was in Dubai, 1 year ago, this photograph was taken of us, and it was quite a momentous occasion because this definitely was the moment that I thought, okay, this is huge. This is not Andrea at home in London, where my journey was back to school and home. This is actually quite significant, and the fact that the person that I wanted to win was, sorry Cohen, it wasn't you, but it was it was Eddie there, and I was thinking, my word, how on earth can an art teacher from London win this incredible, huge prize? So there we are, the top 10 of last year, the most incredible, beautiful people that you would ever meet, and absolutely suited to be up there, but also suited to be part of the incredible Varkey teacher family, which you guys are now all part of as well. Let's move on. So, many people have asked me, Andrea, you knew, right? You knew you were going to win. And the answer is no. No, absolutely not. Many people who knew me before and actually at home would tell you how traumatised I have been for literally a few months coming up to this event. And even in the top 10, we had a secret code that we used to be able to support each other on the last few days. Because when we go to the Palm, things will be slightly different for us all. It's quite magnificent, it's quite huge, we're going to be out of our comfort zones, but my message to you is just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy this incredible country, enjoy that amazing place that we're going to be visiting, enjoy meeting the most fascinating people on this earth. Enjoy the incredible opportunities that you're going to be meeting, but also to celebrate the fact that you deserve to be here. You deserve to be here because of the work that you're doing in your schools, in your communities, and you need to tell the world about them. You need to shine now. You need to make sure that you say, this is who I am, I'm a teacher, and I'm here because I do this. And you watch, they're going to learn, they're going to love it. They will absolutely love you. So I had the most amazing year of my life. I can tell you so many things that's happened to me, from visiting many countries, meeting incredible people. However, it's not really about being the winner, it's about the prize, it's about this, what it stands for. And this stands for teachers. And who we are, what we do in our world, and the fact that, believe it or not, we are loved. We are loved by many people, we are loved by everyone, because there's always a teacher who remembers their children, but there's always children who remember their teachers as well. We have inspired thousands and thousands of people who we teach, but also, as a result of that, I have been in the most incredible position because they've come back to me and they said, Miss, because of you, I am now here. Miss, because of you, I am doing this. Miss, can you remember when you told me off? Thanks for doing that. And I was like, I do apologise. And I've had the opportunity to be in an incredible position whereby my students and the families have been coming up to me and saying to me, thank you very much. I really hope that's happening for you. Because if it's not, I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to say thank you on behalf of all the children who you teach, and all the children who continue to teach, because you are absolutely making a difference, and you are absolutely changing the world. Do you believe that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Absolutely. So, what do you think this represents?
Our spirit. Confidence.
Sorry?
Our spirit.
Your spirit?
Our confidence.
Your strength, your confidence, absolutely. Potential. Nice. Oh, what else?
Small, the strong one, and the cute one.
Okay, the cute one, the strong one. We are all cute. Strong. What else does it represent? Yes.
How do you feel about yourself?
I think so.
How your students see you?
So how you feel about yourself and how your students see you. That's how I felt from the moment I won the award. I felt that I was this teeny tiny cat. But because of the award, the expectation is of this fierce, strong lion. And sometimes that can be quite tricky, being this strong, fierce lion. But thankfully, you are in a community now, family, whereby we've got you. We've got you, we're there for you. And it is actually our mission to be this lion, to go and spread the word of the Barkey Foundation, to spread the word that teachers are amazing, that teachers change life. I think that's what I put that particular image on there, because sometimes we don't think that we have got the strength and the power to change things, but we do, we have done, and we will continue to. Now I'm going to use some very technical language in the form of Lego to carry on with my presentation. So as you know, I'm quite obsessed by Lego. So I found this, and I spoke to the head of Lego at that time, and I said, you know, is this based on me? And he's like, and I was like, is this based on me? No, but isn't that amazing? They've actually now got Lego communities based on us. But if I was to pick any character from the Lego world, this is who I'd pick to represent me. And this is what I think it's all about, the fact that we are warriors. The fact that we are leading and that we are the role models for our particular schools, our communities, but also as teachers across the world. And if you were to ask me, how has your year been? It's been incredible. I can't tell you the opportunities that I've had, the people I've met, the experiences. I've laughed and I've cried and I've been absolutely delighted with some of the things that have happened to me, my school, my community. I've been humbled with the fact that people have been saying to me, oh my God, you're the reason why I'm now going to be a teacher. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine someone saying to you, you are the reason I want to be a teacher? I mean, that's incredible. And that's something that we all do every single day. However, I also have days like this, because as you can imagine, it's not easy. It's not easy constantly smiling and constantly being able to say, yes, this is me and I'm representing the teachers of the world. But that's something that we are having to do together. And there have been some up days, many, many up days, but 1 or 2 low days. But that's okay, because I've got you, right? Right?
Yeah,
right. Yes, thank you. I thought you disappeared right there. But my absolute supersonic best days were the ones that happened in my school following the award. So my school, if you ever came to see our school a couple of years ago, you would see a very different community. You would see a community who were not as happy, possibly, may have more behavioural problems. However, if you were going to come to my community now, you would see my students wearing their uniforms with pride. You will see the teachers there happy, celebrating. You will see parents saying, my child goes to that school. And that is a huge, huge thing that has happened because of the award. And we've had some of the most incredible guests and visitors who have wanted to come to the school. So, for example, Lewis Hamilton, oh my God, what an incredible young man. The way he worked with our students just blew us all away, wonderful. Alicia Dixon, she's a singer in the UK. She was standing there and just singing in front of all of the children. And then what was beautiful, some of our very quiet girls, who are like our ghosts, were coming down on the stage wanting to sing along in front of 300 other children. And that you can't buy. That you can't make happen. And this has happened because of the incredible prize. But for me, one of my very, very important and probably really precious moment is that girl in the middle on the top. I've taught that girl for now, how old is she now? I've taught that girl for 7 years. And this particular girl has gone from being a very scared, shy, traumatized young lady into now being able to stand up confidently in an exhibition, talk amongst thousands of people about her passion for the arts, but as well as that has been able to speak to members of the royal family about why she thinks art is important. So for me, the most important thing is how my journey has helped inspire the other students and the other teachers in my school. Right, this is very strange. You get some very strange moments when you are a finalist as well, and this is one of them. So, as many of you know, I come from a Greek and Cypriot heritage, and I think in Greece, I found out they built or named a road after me. And yeah, but what I love about it is that the signpost is bent. And I think, I mean, there you go. But it's one of those things, it's the fact of where has this taken me. So I've been going back and forwards to Greece and Cyprus very often over the year because they're very proud of what this means. And the Teacher Prize is a very symbolic event. But I think the one thing that has made a huge difference for me, and the one thing that I'm really proud of, is a decision that I made following the prize of what I want to do. So we've talked about the passion project. This is my passion project. When I won, after finished winning the Global Teacher Prize, I came back to the UK and I decided that I need to do something. And what I wanted to do was to put, as they say, the money where the mouth is in the UK. So to use the money to do something quite extraordinary, and that's to support the arts and education. I wanted to do something which I feel that my government is not doing very well. And as a result of this, there's some wonderful things that are happening. So I invite artists to go into schools, to work in schools in deprived areas, to work with the children, to come up with projects. And if you can imagine, if you can read some of those incredible quotes there, and one of them from a teacher, to see children become more confident in their abilities within the space of 2 hours is something so pure and life-changing. If I'm doing this for this charity, I think this is it. I feel that I'm making a huge, big difference. And I'm delighted that this has happened. And another question that I always get is, Andrea, you're travelling every single day. You're travelling all the time. What's happening to your family? What's happening to your husband and your children? Well, thankfully, I'm not divorced yet. Thankfully, my husband's still there. But I mean, I've been quite fortunate enough because the one thing that I've heard my husband say, and that is, at last, the world has seen you now. And I think that's a beautiful thing for a husband to say about his wife, and that has helped me to keep going. And thankfully, my children and my husband, we've got a very good family network, so they're doing very, very well. And we've just seen this picture, but I think I'd like to return back to this picture because this picture is absolutely symbolic. This photograph was taken last year during the VTA summit. And many of us who were there at the room, but this was quite a beautiful thing. There was a lovely sunset on the dunes. We managed to capture it just before the light disappeared. And if that doesn't show happy family enjoyment, connection, I'm not sure what does. So I'm not going to say much else apart from, remember, you're here because you change lives. You're here because you are extraordinary individuals. But more importantly, you're here because our job is not done yet. We've got so much more to do. And have a fantastic few days. Thank you, everyone.